right, new windshield is in. So Spencer Auto Glass is the one that did the glass. Good job. It only took about an hour. I kind of helped them a little bit because I like working on the car, so I did what I could. I mean, really good job, and we'll see if it develops any leaks or anything, but I mean, it looks fine. I will say this, you know, trying 10 different places, they were the only ones that had the glass, and they were definitely more expensive. The lowest quote I got was $325, but they couldn't get the glass. This ended up being $607 with tax. So definitely not the cheapest of glass installations, but they were the only ones I found that could actually get the glass. So, which is kind of weird. You'd think a lot of places would use the same vendor, but yeah. But that is in. Well, can you guess where we are? So we are back in Georgia. I had a business meeting down in Atlanta, and I contacted Elliot at the 944 barn, and sure enough, he has a hatch that is not delaminated. So I figured since I was down here, I might as well drive by and pick it up and drive it back home and not deal with the delamination on the hatch that I have on the car right now. So that's where we are. We're on our way back to the barn. All right, so here we are on the way to the barn. Kind of interesting. So this time I stayed in a different town. I stayed in Helen, Georgia, which is kind of a cool little town. It's a German town. They've got a whole Oktoberfest thing going on. Not right now, not until September, but you know, German stores, German restaurants. It was really kind of cool. But here is the barn. So we came in from a different way this time. So I just passed it. It looks like he might have a couple more cars than he used to, than he had when I was here last. This 968, this is the one that he just put on Facebook that I'm really kind of interested in seeing. It's pretty cool. And there's his white Euro one. So we'll take a look around. So here we are. This one's kind of a cool one. I kind of like this one. Kind of jacked up. I don't know. Definitely different. That's a pretty blue. I like that blue. I like that a lot. Seems like maybe not as many. I thought he had some lined up here. And remember, that's the boneyard down there. That's where all the junk cars are. These are the ones that he works on, I think. And there's his barn. So, look at the green one with the green taillights. That's kind of cool. So he's got a couple of them registered. You know, the green one there. There's the turbo that's registered. Let's see. What else? There's the other green one. He's got a few green ones. So that's kind of cool. I think that's his wife's car. And it's a 70s Mercedes. What's funny is that was my first car. I don't know if it was a 220 series. I don't remember what it was. But my first car was a 1973 Mercedes. The thing was a tank. Used to burn oil. it was a beast. That's a pretty blue as well. Yeah, and his Euro, so you can see other side of the... It's got to be weird driving left-handed. I do like that blue. And then this is that 968 that he just got. Forgot how many miles, barely any. But it looks so gorgeous inside. I mean, it looks perfect. It's a pretty car. All right. So, we are back. We have the new hatch, or the replacement hatch. It doesn't really look like it's delaminated anywhere. But if you notice, it does have the third brake light. But can you tell me what is missing? I'll give you a second. There's no hole for the wiper. So apparently, according to Elliot at the barn, 89 944s were the only ones that produced back hatches without the hole for the wiper if you did not get the wiper as part of the package. So, yeah. So I've got to clean this up. I mean, it was sitting under a tree, but it definitely looks a lot better. Lots of little things like these. These move so much better than what mine did. But, you know, pushing up on this glass, I see no separation at all on this glass. So I'm pretty happy with that. The third brake light, I think I'm going to leave it, and I think I might hook it up just for safety's sake. Like I said, this is not a stock car that's going somewhere, so a third brake light can't hurt. And we will get this cleaned up and switch out the hatches. A couple other bits I got some used hatch shocks. I think part of the problem was those new shocks were so hard. Trying to push that down just peeled the glass off. So I'm going to try some different used shocks. Hopefully they won't be as hard, and therefore might have to lift the glass a little bit. As long as it stays up, I'm fine. I don't need it to pop up. Less stress on that glass. This part, so when they put the windshield in, they crimped it a little bit. So I just picked up another one of these. Elliot actually just gave that to me. And then I did not know, but I guess on the early models, this is supposed to go down the side. So this is supposed to get tucked in there like that. I had no idea because mine never had it. So I pulled these off of one of the cars down there. So, yeah, I think we'll work on the hatch. Let me show you the hatch. I just spent a few minutes just power washing it and everything. And that's what it looks like cleaned up. So, pretty good. This back wing is definitely a lot nicer than the one I have on my car. If you remember the one I have, it's got all those marks and everything in it. So this is a much nicer one. I'm not sure about the underneath. I haven't flipped it over yet. But I will, I'll clean that. I'll put it on a table and I'll clean that with like glass cleaner and everything. But this is definitely in a much better shape than my hatch is. So we will go from there. Alright, so I got the back window in here. Taking out the parts here because I am going to use the new ones. And this one, let's see, did I throw it away already? Might have thrown it away. Oh, well, here. It was rusted in this. Let me see if I can get this real quick. It was rusted in there so it wouldn't come out. But I'm pretty sure these parts I have on my other one too. So I've got new ones. I had to PB blast this one, and it was really hard to get out. So I'm thinking about taking this off and replacing that inner bushing as well, just to be safe, and put the new stuff on, and then I can put these back on. But yeah, we'll work on getting the bottom part here cleaned up, and we'll go from there. Alright, so I replaced that backlight with an LED, and I just want to test it, make sure that it works. See if we can do this. And there you go. A spare battery. So that LED works. Hopefully the cover will fit back on there, which it should. And we can put that back on and then figure out how we want to wire that up to the brake lights. But pretty easy peasy. Well, ran into a problem. I went to wipe this down, and the thing just crumbled in my hand. I mean, literally just crumbled in my hand. I didn't even hardly hold it. So I'll try gluing this back together, but I'm going to have to probably see if I can find another one of those. That'll be interesting. So we are just cleaning up the bottom part of this. Since it's flipped over, it's going to be easier since it's here. So I'm just using the same stuff as I did on the other one, but this one's just in much better shape to begin with. So I've already done the cleaner, now I'll do the restorer. Alright, so there it is, cleaned up after a couple of coats of the restorer. It looks pretty good. Hopefully the other side comes out just as good. But we'll waiting on the kid to get back with the car. Him and his buddy went out this morning to a coffee and cars show. So as soon as he gets back, we'll get that hatch off and get this one in, hopefully. Alright, so we are just finishing up the rear headliner and getting that back up and finished. Got the other hatch off. There it is, sitting over there. I was able to get the claws off, so everything's back on. So I got my new ones on here, and we'll get those adjusted once we get it on to the right height for it to close. These are the new shocks, and yes, definitely almost impossible to push down by hand. The used ones you can, so I'm really hoping that that'll help. Like I said, I only need it to go up and just stay up. I don't need it to pop up and be some nifty little thing, because I need to try to save this glass. So new hatch is in, working good. Just gotta get the brake light done, but no separation. The only thing is, kind of is getting caught a little bit over here. Just a little different position. But these are those used. So much easier. Not nearly enough, but plenty to keep it up. But yep, I think we are good to go.